All right, let's make this other one. Um, so I've got my little book of goodies here. And I picked 3 pieces from my scrap pile. These are all scraps, guys. Right? If I cut something to a particular size that I think you should know the measurement, I promise I will tell you. So I've got these, shapes here. So we're gonna rock and roll with it, okay? I am going to put a little bit of glue. Well, actually, we're gonna ink this. I decided to go through the entire process with you so you can see how long it takes to make one of these. All right, I did absolutely no prepping. I'm just showing you what I do when I'm in my craft room. Okay, so a lot of the times the sizes are determined based upon my scraps. I take my scraps and I start stuffing them into pockets and see which one fits best, which one doesn't. And then if they're too long, I'll cut them down. And that's how I decide what what's going in my pockets. I don't necessarily say, all right, this is a 4x6 pocket. I'm putting a 3.5 by 5.5 inch piece in there. I use my scraps. Whatever I have left, I combine them, I separate them, I cut them, whatever it is. Okay? I want you to do this to both sides. Like so. Nothing, special. We can get special later. But if we're going to join these and put tape over it, I won't be able to get to the joints. So I have to do this now. Okay. Both sides are done. Both sides are done. We are good. All right, so you can use any tape you want, any washi tape you want. Ideally, I want my washi tape to match my papers. So I will say this paper collection has been really tricky to match up. Okay, and I don't have any of my washi tape names. I can tell you that I got them on Amazon. Okay, because honestly, a lot of these are really old. And any washi tape, whatever design choice you want is fine. So you want to put these together like so. You don't need to leave any space. Whoopsie. And again, these washi tapes are really old. So I don't know that I don't think that the sticky is going to be good enough for a hinge. So I'm going to make my own. All right, I'm putting adhesive on there. Come on, get out of there. Putting some glue on there. And I'm going to use my little terry tear here. This one is cute because it's got pink, it has stars, and it has moons. And I think it's going to go well with what I'm working with here. And it's pink, so why not? Doesn't have to be the same exact colors as what you're working on. You can absolutely use something similar. All right, I don't like when things are too matchy. All right, I think things need to coordinate. I don't think things need to match. There's a big difference between coordinating and matching. All right, very big difference. So just make sure you can fold. You may want to leave a little bit of space in between. That's quite tight. I don't even know why I didn't say that at the beginning. Whoa. Totally went off there. And then this one was... let's just put them all on top. Why not? All right, so straight line on the glue. And leave a little bit of space. All right, because then it's not... I have to work this way. Okay. So if you haven't guessed it yet, we're making an accordion. Oh, don't go anywhere. I kind of need you. Alrighty, so we've got that. Look how cute that is. That is really, really cute. And had I taken out the shape, then these will butt up against each other. But I like them like that. They don't have to be super perfect. All right, remember that. Look at that, how pretty. That's very, very pretty. We can even do booklet style if we wanted to. And I think I'm going to do a booklet style. Or half a booklet. Let's do that, half a booklet. Let's see, this way. Yeah, we'll do half booklet, so it'll pull like this. All right, so I want photo mats. This is what this is all about, okay? It's about photo mats. So we have these fabulous little numbers here, right? And I want to be able to hinge one of these in here. And maybe, nah, not that. Maybe put a mini, let's see, what can we do? Maybe a mini file folder. Let's see how this looks. Oh, these are the same exact size. We cannot do that. That is no fun. So mini file folder and then a photo arrangement we're going to put in here. Let me see how that works out. That works out beautifully. So those are, or maybe I'll do the file folder here. I don't know yet, but I'm definitely going to put this in here. So I have to make another hinge, okay? Another hinge. And these are all going to be for photos. So let me grab a ruler. And typically we like to do our 4x6 photos, right? So that works out beautifully in this area here. So let me get my 4x6. I use them already, so I have to make them again. You can even do a cropped down version of yeah, that's nice. That's pretty perfect. And I'm not going to worry about that design there. And then this would be cute for a smaller photo, right? Why not? And here we can do, oh yeah, we could do a good picture there. So still 4 inches. And this one is by 2.5. Oh, sorry, I didn't give you a size here. This is 9 by, each panel is 9 by 4 3/8 of an inch. Nope, a little bit skinnier. So this is a 4x2, okay? Uh-oh, that I went too far. I went too far. It was supposed to be 4 2.25. Darn it. 2.25. Alrighty. Oh yeah, that's nice. So I am going to put a teeny bit of tape because I really don't want to have to struggle with these, and I'm just going to literally rip it out. Teeny bit of tape right there. That looks good. And this one right here. That looks really good. And then I'm going to get a few more pieces. Still 4 inches. And I'm going to do a 4x4. And then let's do get one more. Another 4x4. And I'm going to save these for the rest of my mats. Then we can do a little bit of paper or something in the center. And then this is a 3x4. And let's do another 4x6. Oh! Oh! I knocked down my whole little bin here with goodies. Uh-oh. Don't do that. All right. And I know 6 is not good. Well, maybe. Let's see. No, it won't because over there was only 2. Yeah, we're going to shorten that to... I mean, 9 times out of 10, I crop my photos, so... So this is, and I'm leaving a lot room in the middle so I can put a sentiment, so it won't go over my pictures. All right, so this is 4 3/4 by 4, and you want to do it right in the middle. And I'm going to tell you why, because if anything tears up, we'll cover it with a place photo here stamp. That's my logic, guys. Even though we can use undo, but you know. And yes, I am going to ink over my tape, which is pretty much why I say you can use any tape, because I don't even know that it's going to show too much after I'm done inking. So that's why I'm really not worried about it. I mean, you don't want to use something that's obviously not right, but you get what I'm saying. Make sure they're straight. This one is super crooked. Okay, there we go. All right, now time to pick a color. Time to bake the donuts. All right, putting this back so I can have room. This is going back. Okay. What colors should we use? Of course, I'm obsessed with the yellow, with the green color that I've been using. But let's do this dried marigold. Let's swatch it, guys. Let's see what we got. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. This is dried marigold. And let me get something close enough to this. I almost use every one of my brushes in green. All right, so we have that. I love it already. Looking super good. And we can layer over this, right? We can do a stencil. We can do pretty much anything we want. Pretty much anything. So, oh, it's so much easier with the tape. My goodness. So much easier. So if this was a color tape that you did not love, look at that, guys. So you can still see the tape, obviously, but it's taken on, because this washi tape is translucent. It's not completely translucent, but it's definitely translucent. So it kind of takes on the appearance of whatever's behind there, or in this case, on top. I'm gonna hit this tape a little bit more. All right, now let's remove our photo mats. Let's see what the undo does. I don't really want to tear anything up. Just a little bit, because it's a teeny bit of tape. There we go. wish I had more control with this bottle, I'll tell you that. And you can reuse the tape. Alrighty. Not bad at all, guys. I used a pretty big piece there. All right. Ooh, look what happens when you get undo on it. Did I get undo on that, or did I not ink that? Let's see. Oh, I guess I didn't ink it. I mean, I do like the variation in color, but this color is so pretty. All right. So if you want to do some more layering, you can. You just have to put your frames back. Okay? That's entirely up to you. Oh, cat, don't start. Ah! Okay. So I got to find a place for these. All right, so that's that side. I do want to do a little bit more layering. Why not? I can. So I got this teeny tiny star stamp here. Teeny tiny. It's like these little speckly thingies. Gold flecks. So let's see what the yellow looks like on top of that. If not, I'm going to do them in the reddish color. Yeah, you can't see a darn thing. So I'm going to do it in the red color. And I am going to need my mat because I don't want it to go over. All right. So this is what happens, guys. And you don't have to do it everywhere. You know, maybe opposite corners. Let's try it up here. Got to position it a little better to actually get on the... All right, perfect. So just a little goes a long way. Cute. And that's just to give it a little more dimension. Right up there and on this corner. And then we're done with that. Okay. Hopefully you can see that, how cute. It kind of matches the tape, the washi tape. And it doesn't have to be everywhere, okay? Just here and there, here and there, here and there. All right. So, of course, you know I'm going to want to get some. So these don't have to be photo spots. Like, we can decorate these spots right here, for instance. We can do some collaging within that. So we can take the piece that we had here, right? I'm taking that tape out because it's annoying me. Well, I'm not using that one now, so I'll just leave it there. I'll put them off to the side because they are annoying me in my way. So we can take this little spot, right? Like so. And we can start using some collage pieces of paper that we had, and we can stick it right on there just to make it interesting. So what you would do is you would have to apply glue to, you know, this space right here. And that way you can use a lot of your scraps. So just go for the smaller pieces. I normally have my scraps already separated by small, medium, and large pieces, but sometimes my darling daughter gets to them. And right now they're not like that anymore. She likes to make a mess with my scraps. Oh my gosh, look at this bunny. I can't cover up this bunny now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them over here So then I could put a color in between my bunny. Like that. And then we'll see what we get. We may not like what we get, but we don't have to keep it, right? And you want to go off the edges. That way you can, whatchamacallit? Cut everything nice and straight. And again, not everything has to be covered in the paper. You can leave some spaces undone. It's entirely up to you. Okay, that is nice. And then, oh, we have some leaves here. I guess I don't need it. All right, so now let's cut around it and see what we got. And now to this, you add some stamping. You know, you add some words, some shapes, whatever you want. Okay. That's another one with tape. Okay, so right here on these two small green pieces, I'm going to add some small words. Okay. And this is a Heidi Swap stamp that I've had a long time. I think this one I've had for a long time. No, I'm lying. Not this one. I don't know. But it's just got some cute little words that you can use. But you can use any little words, guys. Any little words. Doesn't have to be my little words. Please. Whatever you want. Okay? Doesn't have to be my little words. Okay, so I will be inking the little words in black. We want it to stand out. All right, look at how cute. Sparkle and shine. And then here we can do something else. Whoa, get back over there. And it doesn't have to be something that fits in that circle. Okay, I want to test something here. It's just little. This is not really going to show up there, but I'm going to try it. Let's see. It does not show up the way I want it to. I knew that already, so let's make it. All right, there we go. A little sun. Okay, put that there. And we can add an embellishment. Shall we add an embellishment? So now we can ink it all the way around and give it a little zhuzhing. All right, you know what? I've got this little camera here that may be able to fix that sun is boring. It would only look good if it really stood out, but it did not. So I like that so much better. Okay, let's put that. And just because this is a fairy paper, it doesn't have to have fairy sayings. You have to keep in mind what the collection already has that. You have to keep in mind what this is for. Like, if this is for a birthday, then you want to put birthday sentiments on here, right? Why not? Even though if this is for somebody's birthday. You have to think like that. It's not always, it doesn't have to be all sparkle, sparkle, shine, shine. Whatever fairy sentiments are, right? Doesn't have to be like that. Okay, so that will go there. And you could do another one up here if you want to. Or you can put this one up here. Oh, that one's bigger. Okay, and then you can just add some more embellishments. That's it. Really simple and cute. Tape is an easy way to add embellishments, and then you have your embellishments from your kit. So let's grab a few of those from the paper collection. Excuse me, not a kit, paper collection. So let's do those. Then you also have, you can make this a little pocket and insertion point, which is always the way to go, just to add some extra interest. So I am going to add to this thing here. Let's see. You can always trim down your embellishments. Look at that, how cute that would be there. Then we can do some words. See, this one says good times ahead. We can do that there with a little mushroom cluster of some sort, and maybe mushrooms and leaves. All right, something like that. And if we're going to make this, I want to put something there. Look, just a little sentiment. How perfect is that? I am going to put another little piece to anchor that. Moments like this, we can do that. I want to do small, not big. We can put a little piece of, whatchamacallit, to anchor that right there. We know what that is. I just can't. Cheesecloth. I couldn't think of it. And I am going to cut that down. It's too big. Okay. Now that it's on there, I can cut it down. So I don't have to deal with, it's so fiddly, the cheesecloth. So and then once it's dry, you can pull some of the layers off. Okay. And we're going to glue this on 3 sides only. I bet you didn't see this happening, huh? How cute is this? These we're only going to glue on 3 sides only. Okay, like so. And this we just have to glue down, guys. Not everything can be 3 sides only. Right behind, and then this one right on top. And that way, how much space do we save by doing this? Instead of having white photo mats everywhere. We save a lot. Notice the glue is just only right here. You can still tuck everything behind there. And just because there's an empty space there, it doesn't mean you can't float your photo mat. You can absolutely float your photo mat. You can, you know, tuck a little picture in like that or something. It doesn't all have to be in those spaces. So I have a bunch of my journaling pieces here. Right, that can go right in there. Oh, I wanted to do this. I forgot. I still have time to do it. Right, that would be the front. I can still do it. All right, guys. So I made this. Oh, I think Faith is calling. Is her dad not there? got this other little note piece. All right, guys, I'll have to come right back. All right, so let's continue this. So I've got my little negative piece out. I was testing some things with circles, and I was like, oh, I could use this as a frame. Why not? So here we go. Let me just start down here because I would like this butterfly to be partly in there. And then I'll bring it up to the top. Oh, look how pretty that is. Let's get some more ink. Now I don't know which one I use, the worn lipstick or the... Nope. I use this one, the fired brick. Oops, down here. And this does not have to be perfect. This is just for a background. Does not have to be perfect. All right, so don't fret if it's not. All right. Put this back. Love me some background stamps. I cut my piece down to size. Do I want it on the top or do I want it on the bottom? I could do both top and bottom. Let's do that. So a little bit of glue around the perimeter because we want to be able to get our photos in there, right? So get that on there, and then we'll do a pattern paper on the back instead of another piece of acetate. I don't know why I said that. Oh, I should have inked around my windows, but that's okay. I can still do it. Let me get that done really quickly, as quickly as I can. All right, there we go. That's better than nothing. Let's get that back on there. How pretty is that? That's like the prettiest bookmark ever with photos of your loved ones, right? If you can do that. Now let's get a piece of paper back there. Hopefully I can find something large enough that's not too dark. Let's see. Oh, this one's pretty. Let's see. That is perfect. Let's try lower. Oh, I like the smaller ones there. Definitely, I like the smaller ones. The cluster of the smaller ones. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. So let me, whoopsie, wrong tool. So this is 2.5 by 7. So I'm still cutting pretty much the same size, just teeny bitty, teeny weeny 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 under. Teeny weeny. And again, that's just in case you can't get anything on there, if you can't do straight. What happened here? There we go. It's like, that's not right. All right, so same deal. So the photos are going to go between the acetate, so we don't have to worry too much about the glue that we're putting here. Except you don't want it on the acetate window, right? So that's that. And of course, then you could do some background stamping on the back of this. You can do a sentiment in there if you want to, which would be super cute. You can do a oh, we could have done a little I can still do it. Where is that circle that I was testing out? It's in here. So what I could do is one of my fairies. Let's see which fairy fits on here. Lovely. Uh-oh, what fell? Of course, this little laying down fairy is the cutest. All right, but I've got to do a little background stamp there. Let's find one. Oh, let's do stars, shall we? Uh-oh, I didn't wipe that down. There we go. All right, so we can do stars. Let's do in the yellow. All right, so we got some stars. Let's ink it up a little bit. And now let's do our girl in the black. Let's not let the yellow one go too far because I'm going to use it again. And you can always replace the fairy with a photo. I always like to do a test stamp so I know what I'm going to get. And I do it multiple times, as you can see, if I'm not paying attention. I'm going to do her a little bit high so I can then put a sentiment below. Okay. And let's put her back because we don't want to lose these beauties. And I got these on Amazon. This was a background stamp that I chopped up because I wanted a smaller piece to have more control. So I just cut what would be a nice square, and I could just put it back if I need to do background stamps. That's it. Easy peasy, guys. Look at that. So I'm going to put a little sliver of color in between, of course, my go-to green, between her and the sentiment right there. See that? Maybe red. Let's do a little piece of red. And I know I've got to have a little piece of red here. There we go. Maybe a little bit longer. Do I? Do I? Tell me I do. Yes. There we go. So I'm going to put it right underneath her. This piece is bigger, but it's not. I'm going to cut it right there, and then this piece is going to go right underneath as well, but at least I have something to break up the black. And ideally you want it in the middle. Okay, now let's grab our scissors and let's trim it. Okay. See why you shouldn't throw any of those away until you're done crafting. Then when you're done crafting, you can throw them out. Look how cute is that? We can make this as a little dangle if we want to, but this is about. Don't tell me I glued the acetate on all four sides like a dork. Did I do that stupidity? Oh my gosh. I totally glued that paper on all four sides. How annoying. See, this is the kind of thing that annoys the heck out of me when I do it. That ruins my joy. And I put a lot And I put a lot of glue on there too. And you know what? I was saying it. Oh, you can glue this down because you're going to put it between the acetate. Yeah, I can't take it out. And it just defeats the purpose to put this in there. Ah! All right, but you get the idea. I wanted it behind the acetate. You know what? I'm totally pulling this acetate off. This is too cute. I have to have it. I don't think I can without ripping up the whole thing. Because the acetate is dry also. Really, really dry. Oh, there we go. It's not that dry, I guess. No, it is. It's tearing up. Yep, it is. Darn it. All right, I gotta leave it alone. I cannot do anything with it. My next thing was, you know what? I know how to fix this. Hang on, people. I know how to fix this. Will not defeat me. I have this 1/2-inch circle punch. So guess what's going to happen? Let's see. So we're going to put this baby. Do I do this one first, or I think I do this one first. Let's see. To make a frame. This is not going to defeat me. Oh, I think this frame is too big. And I do not have a 2 1/4 inch one. Let's see. I could use my Cricut though. But I'm not doing that now. I think that's good. Whoa, whoa, mama. No, it's not bad actually. Not bad at all. All right, there you go. Now you can, let's see if we can fit 2 on here. That way it looks regular. It'll look normal. If not, it defeats the purpose if I can't make it look normal. I think this one's not going to work. It's too tight right there. Let's see. There is a little bit of space. There is some space there. I think that works, guys. I think, oh, I didn't realize I was so low. I think I like it. It may have to grow on me a little bit. Ideally, I would have loved a thinner frame. A much thinner frame. And of course, I would want the acetate showing. I defeated the purpose. But I'm just not throwing this away. It's too cute. And then, let me ink this up. Get rid of that white core. My camera is so back. Why is that? Alrighty, so let's glue this down. I got that green I wanted in there. At least I got that. And then this baby on the bottom. You can even make one a shaker if you wanted to. Yeah, there's a little, there isn't any space in there. And I gotta have 2 circles. I cannot just have 1 circle. I mean, right? It would look super weird without the second circle. Let me see if I put something in the middle. I feel like I'm just wasting too much time on this one, and I should just do it again. It's just a piece of cardstock with circles on it. I'm just gonna do it again, guys. I don't like the circles. They're too big. All right. I actually have one more, but there's 3 of them. I'm going to cut one more piece. Sorry I wasted so much time on that, but this is the process, guys. This is the process. All right. So these I cut at 2 1/2 inches. So I brought this all the way in and to the edge. and like so to the edge and there, and then you cut them at 2.5 inches. Okay, and you have a perfectly centered piece. Okay, and this is 9 inches. So I'm going to make this 8 inches. So again, you can make this the cutest bookmark if you wanted to, because it's just so cute. All right, so I'm going to do, all right, we can do it again. Let me get my acetate, which is 2.5 by 8. The other one was 7, so this one I made it 8. 2.5 by 8. And I might as well just cut my pattern paper while I'm at it. Let me see what I have here. We'll use these red flowers. What do we got here? Nope, too small. Well, I only need half. No, I gotta do the whole thing. I'm talking to myself here, guys. Am I gonna have to cut a whole piece of paper with all the scraps I got here? Give me a break. Here, I'm gonna use some book paper. This is from my book paper sampler. That works. All right. I didn't want to cut into a whole nother piece of pattern paper. All right. I hate to have to waste all of this, but it is what it is, guys. If you have a... Where's my acetate? Did I cut my acetate? I know I did. Probably fell somewhere, stuck on something. But it'll turn up. And I have one more to make, so it's okay. I gotta clean up my desk. My desk is getting too messy. I can't take it when it gets that messy like that. When I can't find anything. Okay, so acetate, circle, that goes behind the acetate. All right, let's ink this up again before I put some glue down. And then, oh, we have to do our background. You know, I think I want to do that book page right on top. I love the way that it looks. So that's what we're doing. See how things change on the fly? And then I'll just punch the circle out again. And I don't have no idea what these things say. Hopefully they don't say anything awful. Oh my goodness. No, that just came to me. Uh-oh. Am I going to have to read all these things? I want to give it a little bit of time to dry before I put my punch through there. So while that is drying, my friends, let's see what else we can do here. We're pretty much done with this one. I mean, I'm going to cover it with pattern paper. No, these sides are for pictures also, so I'm going to do the same thing that we did before. Same exact thing. So that we're matchy-matchy. Maybe just not the same exact color, but the same thing for your photo mats. right there. And this one was right here. And this one, oh, I used one for the whatchamacallit, for the pocket. So we got to cut that one again. It'll look like two boobs. Never mind, we don't need boobs. We don't need boobs, guys. It'll look like boobs. We have 2 1/4 inches by 4. All right, so 2 1/4 inches by 4. We can put these circle punches away. Get my room back. 2 1/4 inches by 4. Alrighty. That goes up there. I got all sorts of piles of scrap here. Scrap piles everywhere. Okay, so let's get a little piece of tape. This time I'm going to go a little bit smaller. Put that down. Okay, that's good. And let's do my favorite green color. I'm obsessed with this green. Oh, there's the other. See? Knew it'll show up. Oh, let's see what happens to the washi tape with the green. How curious. Okay. Uh-oh, I just see my paper is a little bit crooked. I feel like I don't get the color right. I feel like I waste all the color on another area than I do where I want to ink. So I guess I need more practice with I need more target practice. I'm missing my target here. And if you don't like the way the washi tape comes out, how I'm feeling right now, you can always change it. That's a really easy fix. And you will see me change this green one. It looks so muddy. I don't like it. You can always change it. You don't even have to take it out. Just put it on top. Well, you can't take it out because we put glue, so. Let me try giving it a little bit more color. Maybe that'll help. Nope, not helping. So look at how many pictures we could get on here. How awesome. That one was good. That one was good too. I guess maybe twisting is the key. Let's see. Look at that. Let's try twisting again. Ooh. Did we develop a new technique? Twisting. Ha! Oh, darn it, my fingers. My fingers. Put these back over here where they're not going to mess with me. Okay, that looks great, except for my finger marks. And I think it's the tape portion. Yeah, it doesn't really dry. Look at that. How interesting. All right, so where is my little itty bitty stamp? Let me find it. You would think I put it back. but I did not apparently. Huh, that's weird. Ah, I did put it back. It was just hiding behind something. All right, so now let's put this on here. Oh, I missed the center there. Lovely, Kathy. I'll do that later. Okay. So this is pretty much done. Well, look, I don't have to change the tape because I can wipe that off. Let me see on this side if that came off. And I didn't notice because it was practically the same color. Oh yeah, look, it doesn't dry on the tape. How interesting. Okay. You know oxide ink react in water, so. Love. I do want to do a little bit more stamping on this one. And this kind of makes it look a little bit, I don't know. I feel like it needs some color there, if that's going to be the front. All right, so let's punch this window out again. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, now I can use that circle for something. Look at that. That goes into my little bin of tricks. And now I can ink that again. Come here to mama. Okay. Okay, now we can glue our acetate on 3 sides, folks. Pay attention. This is where I screwed up. So the acetate is on the 3 sides, okay? However, when you put the pattern paper, you can glue the pattern paper completely down, okay? You absolutely can. What you cannot do is glue the acetate on all 4 sides. I don't know what happened. That I clearly had a brain fart. Okay, so that way you can get your whatever you want to get in there. All right, so sorry. You can glue your acetate down completely. It's your pattern paper that you cannot glue down on all 4 sides. I don't know why I can't get that straight. Okay. It's the pattern paper you cannot get on all 4 sides. All right, let's do this now. So here, and I was supposed to glue my acetate all the way down. Forgive me. There. 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 That's it. Okay, that's it. Now, if you wanted to make one of those a shaker, you would put just a few little shakies in there. Look how much nicer that looks in the book page. This is what I'm saying, guys. You must own this. You must. It just gives it such a nice variation. And you just have them always at the ready for whenever you need them. All right, so now we should be able to slip in our girl. Let's see. There we go. Well, now I can actually glue this acetate down now on this side because it's lifting. And I don't want it to lift. Okay, you don't want the acetate to lift, just the pattern paper to lift. Let's let that dry while I find an embellishment for here. Let's see what we got, people. Just something teeny that, you know what, I'm not going to have anything to scale because those trees, I can always take the trees out and put something else. Well, the trees look pretty far away if I do that, which is kind of nice. I do like that. I would have to leave it at that with a sentiment. Let's see. We'll see. And that's perfect. The white unicorn. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And we'll add something right under there. And then the unicorn would be there. And the tree, it gives it so much depth. So again, with my red, because that's the color to go for. Absolutely the color to go for. Love it. Okay. There you go, guys. Problem solved. I needed a little something extra. Just a little something extra. As long as the unicorn is still on the trees, you're fine. Just make sure it doesn't matter how far down the unicorn is. It just has to be on the trees. See, like that. Super cute. I'm happy with that. Look at that, how pretty. I love it. We could put something under the unicorn's legs just to anchor it, but I don't think it really needs it. I don't think so. Let's see something. Put that just a bit higher. Then I could put my unicorn a bit higher, just a bit. Let's see, because he went too low. There we go. Okay, I'm really happy with that. Just, I love how it blends into the trees. My only qualm is that I think I'm a little bit crooked. This is the story of my life, guys. I'm always crooked. Okay, beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So that's my front. And yeah, pretty much that's it. We can do a couple of fairies if we want to, but I'm really, really pleased with that. And this one is going to go... Oh, we forgot this. Let's see if I finally got this right. Oh my gosh. Now which side? This side. Left this side. Let me see if I finally got this right. I finally got it right, people. So this is how you would slip your photo in here. And you can stick it, you know, you can glue it if you want to, but it's not going to go anywhere. That is so cute. I can definitely shorten this a little bit more. Let me see where I'm going to put it in. And of course we can decorate some more, do a little dangle here, an eyelid of some sort, do a little more, a little red, where I'm going to dangle my eyelid from here. No, I just want the plain red. So I'll stick that down right there to the corner. I'm going to stick that right there. And then I'm going to put a gold eyelet right there. That's going to be my anchor. And then, let me grab an eyelet, but I want to make sure it's dry before I do so. And of course, this would be for a photo. But we're going to leave it like that for now. There's my eyelet. And while that is drying, I am going to hold on to these pieces because I use a lot of little pieces. I am going to use a bit of gold washi tape. I don't know if I should use the polka dot or something else. Oh yeah, polka dot is lovely. I'm going to just frame it. Just a little thin frame. Gives it a little more excitement. Oh, you gotta, you have to do this once. once the second photo is in there, right? I almost did the same thing again, but I'm leaving mine like that. Clearly, I don't learn, folks. I don't learn. So once the second photo is in there, you want to do this. Not now, please. All right. How pretty, 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 pretty. So it's just simple little things that just give it so much dynamic. And I love it. Because you all know I love simple. I'm the lazy crafter. You guys know I am the lazy crafter. And a little zhuzhing down here. Okay. You don't have to bring it all the way to the edge. Stop it. Where are you going? And done. Beautiful. Now I can put my little red piece and do my eyelet. After I was patiently waiting for that to dry. Now, that's not the little red piece. This is the little red piece. Now I have to let it dry some more, but I promise I won't keep you guys anymore. Well, you know what? You could just shut me off if you don't want to watch me anymore. I'll finish it. Why not? This is real time, guys. Real time. Had I been smart and done a belly band, I could have put that through there, but I wasn't thinking. We could put this right in here if we want to. Look at how beautiful that is. Or let's look at our book while that's drying. Uh-oh. My inks are misbehaving. Okay, let's get that down there. All right, so we got quite a few photo mats done already. Oh. Okay. We've got this little one here. This one goes, I still have to put a little something here, which is why it's still out. That one goes there. And this one, shall we put, we cover our unicorn. This one here, we cover our unicorn also. Ooh, look at that. We have to glue him down. And we'll just have a horse's ass out. Not good. Oh my God. This one will have to go. Let's see where. Let's see where. Ah, here we go. Oh no, the butt will be out too. I need to be on. It needs to be this way. Let's see. Aha, one of these pockets will be just fine. We can't have his butt hanging out. Oh my God, so perfect there. That's so pretty. Gorgeous. So that one will go there. All right, so we found the place for that one. I'm going to do one more little booklet, but then the rest of them are just going to be plain old photo mats, okay? Because we can't have too many booklets. We have this one, that one, and then a fourth one, and then we'll just have little tuck things. So I think here we're just going to have photo mats and get over it. Here I did these yesterday. I don't think I did these on camera. I'm not sure what I've done on camera and what I haven't done on camera. So these are the ones where you stick your pictures in here. All right. And this one also. This one I did some embossing, which turned out really nice. So it's got texture. But I also did a bunch of gold. So, and then this little photo card here. Look at how pretty that is. It's also got a lot of shimmer. Make a wish. And yep, let's see, where is my, see if it's dry now so I can put my eyelid in there. Oh, I left it inside with my with my unicorn. I think that's where yeah, I did. Okay. Which that will not go in there. That will be separate. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. This is the coolest book ever. All right, so now let's punch a hole. I know I took an eyelid out already, but I'm sure I threw it somewhere around there, so it'll turn up eventually. I have to clean up my desk now and change my paper because it just makes it look worse on the camera. But I need the paper. Okay, so there's my eyelet. Let's set it. Okay. And we're going to put some of this guy over here. Some tulle. Put it through with the pencil. Whoopsie. Didn't get it quite right. Come on to mama. Come on. All right, this does not want to cooperate with me. I don't know why. You're being a meanie pants to me. I just need a little bit. There we go. You were being a meanie pants. Then you can tie this right here. Just one little tie, because this tool is good like that. It will not untie. And you can leave it like that if you want to, but that's just too long for me, guys. I can't stay there. Stay. Wrong scissors. I'm going to pull, try to get it. There we go. Nice. Look how cute. So a little, this could be a photo bookmark. How fun is this? And of course you can put some more paper back here. We can do more here too, but you know, I've got to be done at some point, right? You have this space is screaming for a sentiment and a little cluster of stuff here, but I must move on. But this is adorable. All right, I'll see you in the next one.